From Washington, this is VOA News. Ebola screening measures begin in Western airports. In Hong Kong, activists post an open call for reforms. I'm Vincent Bruce reporting from Washington. John F. Kennedy International Airport, serving New York City, has become the first U.S. airport to begin stepping up Ebola screenings. The new procedures also will expand to 4 additional airports this coming week: the Newark Airport in New Jersey, Washington Dulles Airport, Chicago's O'Hare, and the International Airport in Atlanta. Officials will begin taking the temperatures of passengers arriving from Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea as part of new measures to prevent the spread of Ebola. In an open letter in Saturday's South China Morning Post, student groups who have been part of pro-democracy protests said Hong Kong's chief executive, President Xi Jinping, is to be blamed for the anti-government demonstrations over the past 2 weeks. Kiki Choi is an activist.
It seems that they don't want to give us to conversation with us, but I think these amounts of people show that we really want to solve the problem with the government.
The Syrian Kurdish city of Kobani near the Turkish border remains in danger of falling to the group calling itself the Islamic State. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says the Islamic State will not go unchecked.
Secretary of State John Kerry says there will be setbacks that could allow the Islamic State to make temporary gains in Syria and Iraq.
There will be disappointments. It is just ramping up.
But Kerry says he believes the U.S. and its allies will eventually prevail. Kerry also discussed Turkey's role in the crisis, in particular criticism that Turkey has been slow to provide assistance to efforts to fight the militants, some of them right across its border.
That's Pam Dawkins reporting. This is VOA News. Ukraine's President Petro Poroshenko is planning to meet with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin next week over a peace plan for eastern Ukraine. Saturday, Mr. Poroshenko said the talks will take place in Italy on the sidelines of an Asia-Europe summit in Milan. He says leaders of Germany, France, Italy, and Britain are also likely to attend. Poroshenko told reporters, "We are very close to settling a months-old gas dispute with Moscow. However, warned the negotiations will be difficult." Russia shut off gas deliveries to energy-dependent Ukraine in June over what Moscow claims are more than $5 billion in unpaid energy bills. Violence in and around the Iraqi capital on Saturday left at least 27 people dead and dozens of others wounded. Police say 2 car bombings in Shiite parts of western Baghdad, including a security checkpoint in the neighborhood of Khatimiya, killed 15 people. Elsewhere, a suicide bomber detonated his explosives at a market north of Baghdad, killing at least 7 people. United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon arrived in the Libyan capital Saturday. He urged rival political groups to stop the fighting and to withdraw from airports and official buildings, saying the UN recognizes the legitimacy of Libya's elected government, but, in his words, quote, "For any political breakthrough to take hold, the fighting has to stop." Mr. Ban's visit comes after the UN Special Envoy for Libya, Bernardo Leone, and the UN mission in Libya relaunched dialogue late last month among lawmakers from Libya's rival governments. Cameroon's president says 27 hostages seized earlier this year by suspected militants from Boko Haram have been released. Paul Biya said Saturday the newly freed hostages, who included the wife of Cameroon's deputy prime minister and 10 Chinese workers, are safe. Issa Bakari is Cameroon's Minister of Communication.
I think that we can say indeed it is a resounding victory. But this is a testimony of the efficiency of the method used by the head of state.
Hundreds of people have gathered in the U.S. city of St. Louis, Missouri, in the second of 4 days of rallies against police violence. The protesters have been tense but peaceful thus far. The area has faced more than 2 months of unrest since a white police officer shot and killed an unarmed black teenager in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson in August. The latest demonstrations, dubbed Ferguson October, come after another black teen was killed this week in St. Louis in an apparent shootout with an off-duty white police officer who was working private security at the time. More on these stories at voanews.com. I'm Vincent Bruce reporting from Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.